FMEA, which mode effect analysis, is a systematic approach. At the early stage, we will try to identify and eliminate the possible product or the process failure modes. The manufacturing unit do the 0304 inspection on the material, closely monitor what all defects are coming. If it is a critical defect, then is the notification and all. What all corrective and preventive actions they take against that particular defect. After implementing those to achieve the target of minimizing the defects in FMEA, which define steps which they follow, how they can minimize the failures early stages. That is the main target. For what extent they can minimize it. If any defect it reaches customer end, then it is a very big loss for the company. Even if a rough draft is there, then we can proceed with that also, because it gives you the flexibility to add or delete any component or item at any time. We calculate this RPN value, which is priority number, which is the multiplication of these three factors, which is severity, occurrence, and detection. So what is the severity of that particular defect? How severe the impact will be of that failure. The probability of occurrence of that particular defect. Detection number, how frequently we can detect that particular defect. Detection number, how often you can detect that particular defect. Chances are high that the failure will escape detection. It's critical to find out. Then in the ranking scale we give as 1. You can find it easily with 10. Try to minimize this RPN value, whatever is your current RPN value. So after the RPN value is calculated, then again whether you want to repeat this FMEA cycle or not, that will be decided based on the expected value and the achieved RPN value. SOD, do the ranking of each. If all my severity is 10, occurrence is 10, and even the detection is 10, then the RPN value will be 1000. From 1 to 1000, RPN value can be in between these range, and our aim will be to minimize it. Any of these three factors, if we are able to control, then we will be able to reduce the RPN value. To achieve that, try to understand the business flow, because each phase is interlinked. Jot down the points, what all possible reasons could be there. Even in notification, we try to analyze it, the cause of that particular failure, and how we can prevent that failure. So corrective and preventive actions they take. So even in this case, first they try to figure out the possibilities of the failures, to understand the impact of that particular failure. Actions they can take, like how we specifying the notification that can minimize my defects. We implement that particular plan. Should be some period that should be decided that after that period, and then again analyze this calculation part of this RPN value, that whether I was able to minimize it to. There is a possibility I might have missed few important things. That's why I was not able to achieve my target. Then of course I will repeat the whole cycle again. Again I will be trying to analyze my failure mode. Whole action plan will be repeated again, and I'm monitoring the characteristic which is critical. We use this SPC so that we can draw the graphs and all. And action plan, linking the characteristics, and then the defect, then notification is raised. I can link or import the notification in the FMEA also. Control plan. I can see my FMEA structure details in my control plan and the vice versa. If all are green means my characteristic is linked and my FMEA is linked. In the structure part, I will get the complete task list. Here, linking my FMEA, then I can see my FMEA also here. There is a possibility that I need a new inspection plan only. So I can add a new inspection plan also. Can modify my task list here. Can add few more MIC in my current existing inspection plan. This quality info record for procurement, for inspection plan. If I take my cursor to that particular position, it tooltip. So suppose at present they are not using the SPC, MIC. Since it is a critical MIC, maximum notification I am getting because of it. Yes, that also. So I can include my SPC characteristics in these pages. If I make any changes here, it will be reflected in the inspection plan. Multiplication of data can be avoided. Reduce the data redundancy. It is called a closed loop quality approach. Under the function list, I can have n number of functions. Under that function, I can have n number of defects. Whether it is a process industry or it is a product industry, to understand the defects which are coming, clarity for that particular failure mode, and then this whole thing is under one unit, which is a function. This kind of structure they create. Possibility in a product, there can be multiple defects. Hierarchy can be created. For each defect, what are the causes? We can define those causes. Under the cause, I will be having these preventive and detective actions. Rating is 1 to 10. My target valuation I am trying to achieve so that my RPN value will be reduced. We create the FMEA. At that time, we specify my target value. If I want my FMEA to be successful, each defect, I need these three things. The defect screen here, you see initially the RPN value is 0. It should have the effect value, failure mode, how severe it is, cause value, and multiplication of these three will give me the RPN value. In the result, if I evaluate it, so there is a possibility that I can have n number of defects, and for each n number of defect, I will be having my cause and the effects. In the FMEA, we use this transaction QM_FMEA. Okay, so either you use this or from the logistic also in the quality management, quality planning, mode and effect analysis, even the control plan here you can see. Okay, so either you use this or you can directly write the T code. I want to create it, then either I can use this template option or we can create from the scratch. For simplicity purpose, I'm keeping the same name, okay? So I'm just writing product for this. I need to tell what kind of FMEA it is. So I'm selecting say product. Can apply for both, okay? Press enter. Then here we need to tell, since we are saying it is a product, then we need to tell the name of the material for which we want to use it. So material, of course, should be there in the system and the correct master data should be there in the system. So I'm entering 1020, which you can delete anytime and add if you want multiple. Okay, just adding one. Okay, and then these are the plan dates and the other details. If we want, we can of course enter it accordingly. Text part, comments and all we can add. Here we can define the roles. We can add the header level data. Okay, whoever is working on this FMEA, creating the roles, we will be creating the business partners. What all things we want to display, that comes under the configuration part. Result tab, this will come automatically, procedure which will be used to calculate the risk priority number. And in the rating profile, this I can decide using no risk, medium, and what is my expectation from for a successful FMEA, that value I will enter here. Suppose enter 100 in this. Remaining things, of course, will come automatically. Language we can select if we want. Initially, this will be blank. Once we link the FMEA, then this will be automatically populated. Save the data here, you can get the message that it is saved. If it is not saved, then it will flash you an error. Whatever is the error, first we need to solve it because it won't allow you to save. Plan date, second is the actual date. It's much header level data. So as it has a predefined structure to be created, anytime you can click on this consistency check to see is there any error or warning, so we can check that. Okay, we'll give you that part here in this lower half part. You can see we haven't created the function list. Of course we have to create it because we will create a function. Okay, again I am taking the same. Of course, here you can write the description and all. In the valuation specification, here we assign the catalogs to be used. Either you can use the existing one which are already present provided by the SAP. You can create the new one as per the requirement and then assign those catalogs here. Procedure will come automatically, and even the minimum result and all is coming from the header level data. You do any changes, it's better you save the data after creating a function. So then this is my function list actually, and then under that we will create the functions. We can assign the codes also if you want. The unique codes can be given here. Enter. Then in the valuation, again it is picking up from the header level data, minimum results. So just save it. And then under this, here we can create the prerequisite, and that is optional. Add the comments and all if you want, and if you don't want, then we can skip this prerequisite. And then save it. Now again, under the function, we will be assigning the characteristics which we want to monitor. Characteristics type, here we can define whether it is a product or a process. So I'm selecting product characteristics. Weightage we need to specify. Present I'm using critical characteristics for this. I'll be linking my MIC and the plant details. Search, suppose what all MICs are there. I've created this color, so I'm selecting color out of it. And rest all information will come automatically. Save it. Means we will go to the function and then we will be adding the defects which we have noticed, or these are the failure modes which we have noticed. Click on defect and then we will be adding the defect. Here initially the RPN value will be 0. Okay, and few more fields are there in this screen. Here the effect is there, the valuation for that effect, the cause, valuation, and the severity is there. By default it will take extreme only, which is 10. Because if I add multiple defects, then for each defect, RPN value will be calculated. All the fields are blank here in this. I have an option to change it if I want to change it. Not 10 and it is say 9, then we can specify that also. Here in the basic data tab, we specify what is the current situation. Okay. Evaluation specification will coming automatically the result and all from the header data part. And here the severity is picking up from the basic data tab. And it is taking 10 only. If I make it say lower than that, 6, and enter, then it will change it. Okay. Keeping it default only at present. So save it. And of course, anytime you can do the consistency check. It will be better. It will check the whole object's structure. This defect, what are the causes? We create the cause under the defect. So the structure should be like this only. Product cause. In the basic data tab, this value is 10 by default, probability of occurrence. Evaluation, we specify what is my expected value. Okay, so we can keep it at present same only, and rest all information at present you can see is blank. So just save it. Okay. The defect, there will be a cause. What is the cause for that particular defect? And under the cause, we will be specifying the preventive action and the detection action. Preventive action, and date, actual date, and all things are there. Few extra fields are there. We need to tell the target valuation. What is my expected value as my benchmark, which I want to achieve from this FMEA. I want whatever is my current. My current, I have kept it default only, which is 10. It should be lower than that. So instead of 10, I want target value is also 100 only. After I implement the preventive actions and all. Okay. So I have kept my target valuation as 6. If you want to assign the concerned person who will be responsible for this particular task, we can assign that. We'll be creating the detection action. We'll be specifying my target valuation for this also. Keep it say 5 for this. Remaining all things are initially blank in this. Okay, and then save it. It is actually the severity. The severity of this defect. How severe this defect is. For say effect, severity for this defect. Again, it is picking initially 10. The remaining things are blank at present. RPN value is 0. And in the valuation again, this is the expected or benchmark. And save it. So far I have created my FMEA, my function list, and the function, my prerequisite. I have assigned my characteristics, created a defect, at present single defect I have created. What are the causes for that? Means that caused, what are my preventive and detective actions, and the severity for that particular defect. This is the basic structure need to be created. With an RPN value, I need all these 3 things: my severity, preventive, and detection values. The function, right click on it. Characteristics I can keep inside also, inside the function, and under this cause, I do get an option to create a characteristics here. This is my function list, top one. Okay. Under the FMEA, this is my header data, FMEA. So it is the header data which is applicable for all the lower level components. Under this function, I will be having these kind of structure. Okay, so under this function, again, I can add one more defect. If I right click on it, here you can see that it will give me the option to create a defect, another defect, created one. Because under the defect, the lower structure will again repeat. Because R will be calculated based on these three factors. Structure, which I have created for a very simple case. I can add multiple causes. Okay. If I add a cause, again the whole thing will, under the cause, these two things will be added. And even here, if I go for the hierarchy part, I can see this higher level and the lower level elements are there. With reference and without reference. Okay, multiple reference. So if I select, say, this upper level element, creating a structure of upper level element, here again you can see this hierarchy is coming, and this is an administrative data. We click on save. So again this upper level element, if I right click, here there is an element. So if I create, try to create an upper level element, press enter. This is upper level element, a reference object, and where I do get an option to link. So I can link my FMEA, which is already created. Suppose if I select this, if I try to save it, it is not giving me any error. My data is correct. No inconsistency is there. Let me show you. If I select the existing one, it will give me an error. We have created this product FMEA. Okay. Enter. And if I try to save it, if there is any inconsistency in the data, it will give you an error that information data was not saved. So same FMEA I cannot link in this. This is the place where we are linking it. Then only it will be linked to this current one. Link my now since I have removed it, here you can see the error is coming. If I click on save, it will be removed because I have removed my reference object detail here in this part. So here in the valuation specification, again for the upper level element, we will be specifying the catalogs to be used. In the element, if I go, so here you can see this function is coming. Click on this function, then this is my upper level function. Okay, this defect is coming. Can import the notification objects also. So if notification is raised, then this particular material, then I can load those details here in this part. QG A4. Selecting, we need to enter these details. Okay. Cockpit for the evaluation. Okay. So it's a report where you can get like for inspection lot, notification, or any component. Okay. So here you need to select, suppose, create views, table level data for that particular inspection lot or the characteristics, or even the graph I can generate. Whatever is my characteristics, my to generate a graph, then even that I can generate it from the same report. If the correct data is there, then I can see here, you can see the details, what all the inspection lots are there in the notification also. So we have created this upper level element. I can create a lower level element also. See, if I drag and drop, okay, I'm dragging and drop. So here it is giving me the error. We cannot assign it. So this is one way to assign it. I'm just showing you the other way. I know logically it will not allow me within the FMEA. I cannot, But if I have opened multiple FMEAs, from drag and drop also we can assign it. Save it. And now the control plan for the same thing. And to go to control plan, it is QPCP. Control plan. Okay. Those for production, if I select and then click on this create new control plan. We need to tell the this material is entering my plant. You see the system status is showing as in process. See this consistency icon is there. Your change and display icon. This is consistency check. We show consistency check in that case. Here also we can do that. The long text comments can be added. Partners again we can assign the responsible person who is controlling this control plan and all. And in the structure, since we have linked my material and the plant, then structure field will display you what all objects are linked to that particular material. Task list, the MICs. At present, I haven't linked my FMEA. So here again, I can assign multiple FMEA as FMEA is a product FMEA. I have linked this. Press enter. So initially you can see characteristics is red and the FMEA is green. This green means that I have linked my FMEA to this control plan. And this characteristics is red, which indicates that no characteristics of the FMEA. This is an FMEA. Okay, so for this FMEA, whatever characteristics are assigned, that is not linked to this control plan. The tooltip is there that no characteristics is at present included. Okay, the control plan, but the FMEA is linked. We can save it. Now, if I go to the structure and if I expand all FMEAs and this is the other one which I have already created, and this is just now I have created the new. This is the one FMEA inspection plan. I'm using the same for both 04 and 01, but in case inspection plans are created, so we will get multiple inspection plans for this. Multiple options here in this. So create an inspection plan. If I want to create, then here also I can create it and then assign my MIC of the FMEA to this. That is possible. So, and to add it like FMEA to this, then go to that particular specific task is where you want to link it, then click on this copy characteristics and we can load the characteristics here. And here this is the screen which will come there. At present there is no FMEA characteristics is linked. So for the right side, if you see, there are two MICs already existing in this inspection plan. We can define where if there are n number of operations, then any specific operation I want to check it. First we have to tell from which I want to load it. This is the one which we have created just now, and click on this load characteristics. Okay. The details are coming here. For the MIC which is linked in the I have used color, and this is the FMEA name. Here in the lower half part at present you can see there is nothing. We want to link it to the inspection plan. Here you can see it is coming. This is a group detail 266 and the operation is 10. Decide in which operation I want to add it. At present only one is there, so if I use it like this, then it will easily add the details to this operation. Or otherwise I can drag and drop also, like so there in most of the cases. I drag it, then in the operation we can specify in which operation we want to add this particular MIC. So I can add it. In the lower half part, the MIC detail will come. Because MIC of an FME, so we need to do the consistency check here, like whether the lower limit, upper limit or SPC details are there or not. Assigning the existing inspection plan is there for this material with the group count 266. Okay, so under that I'm linking this. So if I click on check the consistency of this copied characteristics, it will tell you what is missing. So I need to give these details like the sampling procedure to be used for that particular MIC, and the SPC is linked, so even that we assign in the inspection plan, SPC criterion. So those things we need to tell before we proceed further. Not necessary that it is a SPC, but normally SPC is used just to closely monitor. We can generate a graph also. We're telling the sampling procedure for it. Since it is color, qualitative SPC, I have created it, so I can select this. The criterion I need to tell, say task list current material or out of it. And then again, you need to check the consistency of the copied characteristics. So it should be green. There should not be any error. Here it will flash you whatever are there, if any. Since everything is okay, then click on save. Copy the characteristics is okay. Click on OK. So now the things has been copied in this. So this is the product characteristics which is linked here in this. And this is an FMEA characteristics which is linked. Here you can see the details also. My group is 266 and group counter is 4, where it is linked. You can check these details of the MIC double. Again, in the inspection plan, we can check it that whether this is linked or not. Should be 03, enter. Material is 1020 and the plant is 1100, enter. Group counter was 4 only. The color is there and this is the product characteristics which is linked. Here is not here, we can see the details of it. Here you can see it is green now because all the characteristics which were present in the FMEA are now linked, because only one was there, but there is a possibility that there are 4 MICs in my FMEA, but I link only 2 or 3. Then in that case, the color indication will change. No MIC is linked, then it will be red. If partially linked, then yellow. And if all the MICs are linked, then it will be green. Go for the structure in my FMEA. So if I open it, display the details. So in the control plan now the CP is there. So I can see the detail has been linked here in this. If I go for the details of it, at present you can see the system status in process stage, right? We haven't released it so far. So let's go back. And now let's go back. Basic data tab. Now here the system status is in process, right? In display mode, let me go to the change mode. This consistency check is there, so I will click on this consistency check to check is the everything is okay or not. So it is showing me it is okay. Okay, check result. So even the green signal is coming, which indicates everything is okay. This flag is there, release flag. So you need to release it, because even the control plan need to be released state, then only we can use it. Okay. system status has been released, right? Here you can see that it is released. Save it. Go to our FMEA, and if I open my FMEA, if I select this and display, now you can see it is in release state, right? So now we have created the basic structure for the FMEA, and my control plan is created. I have linked my MIC in that, whatever I want to monitor. And now comes the actual business flow. After implementing their action plans, they will be entering the actual what they have noticed. The evaluation part. Is there any difference between that, or okay? So start processing on it. Here, even this need to be in the release state. No? FMEA is also just a structure is created, and even my control plan structure was created and released so far. So we need to first release it. Initially at present, you can see that RPN is 0. Okay, everything. So which is at present in the created state. Make it released. So first you need to check this start action. You need to tell the actual dates what you have when you start it. Okay, so here we can enter the actual starting date, because first initially we have stated the plan date. Now I will tell my actual dates. Okay, on this date I am starting it, and level of completion, how much has been done. Suppose 100% has been completed from my end, because these things will be coming in the report only. So if I enter say today's date as my actual date, and even the finish date I'm entering same, and level of completion, if I'm entering say 100% is completed. Okay, and the target valuation was 5, and I'm keeping it as it is only, that this was my expected, which is a target. Again, you can, initially I thought my target valuation is say 5, but now I think it can be 6. So you can see it is changing. I can change it, okay, but I'm keeping it at present same only. Then you need to click on this start action. Okay, so once you click check this checkbox, then click on this open. Okay, so and here you can see that now instead of created, the system status has been changed to the outstanding. Then you need to click on this confirm. The status will be in the system status will be in confirmed state. Okay, and then in the status here we will be setting it as completed. Once you click on this complete, you can't change anything from this now. Change it, say 7. No, I'm not able to change it. So before confirming, you have the option. This was open. Change the system status to next stage. Not move back now. Completed. I am telling. So whatever steps we have done for detection, again we will be. If I want to change the target valuation, I can change it. Now I can change it, but once I set my status to another stage, then I won't be allowed to do it. Okay, let me check. Even after activation, I will be able to change it. What was initially when I was creating the structure was my expecting that it should be my target. But now when I'm entering, this is my final one. That's why it is open, that there is a probability that it might change at present situation. Open initially, but once you change the status, then it will not allow you to change it. Okay. So far it is allowing me till it is in outstanding stage, but once I am click on confirm, means from my end it is confirmed that the target valuation is 6. I will not be able to change now. Okay, so now the current status it will show you. From outstanding it is confirmed. Now I will complete it. Okay, now it is in completed state and save it. So far we have this is actually now my target values has been sealed. Here you can see at present so far the RPN value is 0 only. In the product and cost here now the values are coming as 6. Probability of occurrence is coming as 6. Even in the action the value is coming as 5. These values are picking from this part. Detection and yeah, whatever we have entered in the target value. See, target is 5 and here the target is 6. So the same 5 and 6 is coming here in this 6 and 5. The severity we haven't entered. The multiplication of these three factors will give me the RPN value. So I have to enter this effect also. So it is just the default one because we are actually the real time current situation what it is, we are specifying that. Suppose if I'm entering say 5 and press enter. Now the RPN value is calculated, okay, because it is taking 6 into 5 into 5, right, as 150 because if I go for the here, my severity is 5, occurrence is 6, okay, and probability of detection is 5. So multiplication of these three factors will give me the RPN value, which is 150. Okay, header data part, and in the result, if I go now here, it is showing me 150. The rating profile we have selected is this, no risk, medium, and this. And since my expected is 100, now it is coming as 150. So it is showing me the rating as high risk items. All the list of elements which we have included in our FMEA, and this is the one. Okay, so here you can see my minimum result is 100, and what all values we have entered. Actual value what is coming is 150. Okay, so form what is my severity, and this is my occurrence which is there, and this is my detection, and my RPN is 150. Okay, but now if since it is failed because it is 150 and my expected is 100, right? So I have an option. Suppose if I make it say slightly lower than that, suppose if I make it 4 and enter, now it is 120. Okay, my expected is 100 and it is 120. So I have an option that if I go to details, so in the result I can overwrite it. So this field is open, automatically calculated, right? We have changed effect and it is now reflecting as 120. My expected is 100 and I don't want to repeat the whole cycle. Then in that case, I can overwrite my thing that the result has been corrected. I have overwritten the values. It would have been say 105 was the automatically calculated value. My expected value is 100. So if it is quite near to that, then in that case we overwrite it. So then there is no use of repeating the whole FMEA cycle again since it is quite near to that. That should be known that, okay, the results were corrected. That's why this checkbox will come only after you do the corrections. Here the questionnaire list is there, which we add the FMEA. And even like in the audit management, how we take the approval from the seniors for the question list. The approval, if you want, that can be added. So we can link the documents and all also here in this part. So here I can link my document if I want,